Hey guys, what's up? Pimp Arthur here, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine. In the last episode, we dealt with the first half of the 100 coin shines that were in the first 4 stages. Bianco Hills, Rico Harbor, Pina Park, and whatever the last stage is. Oh, that's right, Gelato Beach. Not in that order because Gelato Beach is 3rd. In this episode, thankfully, this was shrunk down quite a bit in the power of editing magic, so it's only 20 minutes. Otherwise, it would have been about 50, but I didn't do a lot of cutting this episode. I actually did a lot better. But in this episode, we will be tackling the second half of the 100 coin shines in the remaining 3 stages, as well as the last one that you probably already figured out. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So, a couple things to make note of here as the first stage gets started here in Sirena Beach. I am choosing episode 3 for this, I believe. Yes, episode 4, The Secret of Casino Delfino. Well, this stage is a little bit special, so I'll talk about the important things about the 100 coin shines as we go along. First and foremost here, as I'm staying outside, you can go into the casino you can go into the hotel immediately and still get back out, but I'd recommend taking care of everything out here first and foremost so you don't have to come back out here. You're not trapped, but if you decide to go into the casino section, you're not going to be able to get out, and I'll talk more about the whole casino strategy a little bit later on. But first and foremost, what's important is some of the rules for the 100 coin shine missions. First and foremost, these are the exact same from the first video if you did not watch that, but in collecting the 100 coin shines, once you collect it, it will boot you out the level. So unlike Mario 64 where you could pick one up and then continue on to do another mission, this one you are pretty much forced to do the 100 coin shine just as basically the 9th shine, or 11th if you want to count the secret shines being as 9 and 10 instead of 10 and 11. But either way, you have to set out time and do a mission specifically to get the 100 coins. Secondly, the episode that you choose will actually matter. Sometimes you want to pick episodes that are a little bit different from others because some will have more coins than others. So you want to make sure that it's possible to collect the 100 coins in whatever mission you choose, which is why I would say for following along, just pick the same mission that I did. Now, you don't have to, but since I'm obviously doing it, it's quite possible for you to do it in whatever episode I pick because you're watching me do it right now, so not that big an issue. Third, if you die, or if you go to any secret area, like in this case, whenever you had the secret of Casino Delfino, and you had the booze that are all over the place, and you go into the booze mouth, the statue on the top level, if you went in there, your coin count would reset to 0, and once again, dying would of course reset it to 0, so make sure you do not do either of those things. Fourthly, the red coins and the blue coins both will not count towards your coin total, so do not bother selecting red coin missions just because you think, oh hey, that's a free easy 16 coins, because unlike Mario 64 where you got 5 coins for a blue coin and 2 for red, you're not getting anything for them in this game, so do not even bother. Now, moving on a bit into this level, I was a little bit scatterbrained here. I was actually consulting a guide for this one, but outside you already kind of saw the typical strategy. Check under the huts, ground pound the boxes, and spray the torches, and that will give you pretty much everything that's outside. Inside of here, on the first floor, check the water. There's a lot of areas where there are just coins hidden inside of the water, and they're not hidden very well, thankfully. And spray out the torches on the first floor. If you do that, then you'll have a pretty decent amount of coins. You should have about 40 going in. The second floor, remember that all these doors are locked, so you will have to take the secret path that you went through last time in order to get to the Shine Sprite that was in the pool area. You had to use the Yoshi for that. You are going to need that here as well, so make sure that you are completely aware of that and every which way to go. On the first floors, primarily the big thing you're going to want to do is both on the outside and on the inside of these logos, make sure that you spray each one of them because some of them will give you coins. If you spray the outside of one and it gives you a coin, then the inside of one will give you a coin as well when you spray it. You will have to step out of the room to get the coin though, so whenever you do that, of course, you're going to have to go through the same pathway again. So don't be surprised if that happens. This one's a little bit time consuming, it's not too bad. I cut out a big section where I was just kind of screwing around. Aside from that, spray the lamps that are inside rooms. Generally, they will have a coin. Not always, but they usually will. And any other coins you find in the room will usually just be lying around, so it should be pretty obvious. Up on the top floor, the third floor, I'll do it here in a second. As you can see, there's a few coins lying around, but the area where the pool is, you actually don't need to navigate to. You can just walk right in because the guy's not blocking the doorway anymore. So you don't have to worry about that. You are going to have to get up into the attic. And I made a gigantic mistake right here that I want to talk about. Make sure that you ground pound that area where the pineapples were. If you remember in episode 3 where you had to get the pineapple for Yoshi, all those crates have coins, and that was actually the last thing they ended up doing in the stage. And I spent about 5 minutes screwing around trying to figure out how to get to those rooms because I couldn't remember how because I was being stupid. So that ended up costing me quite a bit of time. But whenever it comes to the attic area, go around into every single of those little alcoves. They will all have coins in them, and then ground pound the tile that is cracked. Some of them will just throw you back out into areas that you've already been, but some of them will actually take you into rooms that will have stuff. So check every single one. Right there, I sprayed the light that's inside the pool that also gives you a coin. It was pretty bad camera angle, but that will give you a coin as well. In addition, spraying the little paintings on top of the doors on the inside and outside, those will occasionally, well, some of them will, it's not occasionally, but specific ones will give you a coin on the inside and the outside as well. That boo that I just killed had a blue coin, it got stuck in the wall, but since we're not picking those up right now, it was not that big of a deal. But if you're wondering why he was there, then that would be why. I believe this is the point. Nah, it's not coming up just yet. I'm about to cut here momentarily because I could not figure out for the life of me how to get the rest of the coins, but I was just being really stupid was all. Now in this cut I did pick up one extra coin through all of my messing around, but it was like spraying a lamp or spraying one of the little things above somebody's door. However, it was not enough to make a big difference, so to be perfectly honest, it's not that big a deal because I end up getting about 105 in the level, so I pick up some excess coins. So if you guys didn't have quite as many coins as I did going into this part, then you might have just enough to be able to get you over to that 100 coin total. But yeah, a big part here is utilizing the shortcuts in the attic, so you really have to know every single way that you can go through. So right here I have a cut, I go from 90 coins to 91, but that one coin is not going to make a difference, thankfully. This is not Slim Kirby or the Runaway Guys or my LP of Mario Party 2 where I won by one coin in that Mystery Land level. Regardless, when I finally got my head screwed on straight, I realized, oh wait, there's another way to go, because I remembered back to getting the pineapple. I went back down here, and then once I got down here, I realized all of a sudden, oh wait, I'm an idiot, and didn't bother to ground pound the one other area that I could have gone to. And whenever I went here, I managed to find the rest of the coins. There's a group of 6 scattered right there, and every single one of these boxes, with the exception of one of them, which you'll see in a moment, will also have a yellow coin. The other one has a blue coin. On top of that, the area where the giant boo was here, that I'm about to pass through here in a second, has another set of 3 coins right there. Spraying the lamp may give you another one, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, it was enough to get me to the 100 coins. And there you go. There is your well-deserved shine for having to navigate through that area again. A little bit of a pain, but what are you going to do? Noki Bay. Now, on this stage, if you're not a big fan of the underwater levels, as I'm showing right here, you can pick Episode 2, the boss of Tricky Ruins. Would I recommend it? No, it's going to take a lot more time if you do that. So I would recommend choosing Episode 8, the Red Coinfish. Now, before going into the underwater segment, which I will go ahead and say it right now, and I'll probably say it again in a minute, the underwater segment has 100 coins, and you can go under, I believe it's got 104, but if you pick up even just a few areas of coins here, you won't have to go search around for them near as much. It helps a lot. If you go up to the side area here and walk right through, you can get 21 coins, so you're already a fifth of the way there. That helps quite a bit, so I would highly recommend doing that. In addition, if you go over to the area where the underwater area segment begins where the red coinfish is, there's actually a trail of coins going down, and I actually swam down and collected them on the way up, which is why I'm missing them left and right here. But there's a blue coin at the bottom as well, so if you need that, you can go ahead and grab it. If not, just go ahead and pick up the trail of coins, and that should get you up to about mid-30s, I believe. It's going to get you at least 30, and as I mentioned, since there's 100 underwater, that's more than enough to where you won't have to go searching around for too much. So even just that little bit of it helps quite a bit. I also ended up breaking these boxes right here. Each one of these boxes that's over by that area as well will give you 1 coin, so if you grab those, then that's about 10 or so. Maybe not quite 10, probably around the 8. Yeah, it looks about 8. So that will give you 8 or so. Note right here that you can see an overused internet meme. It's over 90,000 this time, but apparently there's a mud boat rental where you can actually just take it and mess around with it if you want to. But so Well, apparently, it turns out that that thing we were using at Chronomount was made of mud, not wood, and it wasn't made out of clay, like I said, but let's be real, mud, clay, or wood, none of those are going to hold up in lava. Oh well. Either way, going underwater, of course, you can always collect the yellow coins that are in the red coin fish, and that will boost your numbers up pretty significantly. So that was the first thing I ended up doing. Make sure to stay up high, kind of like with the red coin fish, so you can kind of keep an idea of where it's respawned. And look at this jackass right here, this fish trying to eat me. But yeah, stay up high so you can get a good idea of where it's going to reform, and then you can grab the coins that you need, in this case being the other set of coins. So that put me at about 75 right there, so that's a pretty good amount. I was going to say screw it to getting those last 2 coins, and I ended up running into both of them. In addition to that, you can always just go down the sides of the walls. Whenever we were fighting the eel, there was a bunch of coins on the sides. This will easily get you, if you've been following along, to your 100 coin amount. If not, I'm going to show off a little bit of the stage after this, because I would like to say, in order to show you guys in case you're short on coins, sadly that was not the case. I couldn't find the Shine Sprite for a little while, so I ended up like just kind of messing around with Flood trying to figure out where it was. But as you can see, there's easily enough coins just on screen multiple times to be able to rocket you over the 110 coin mark if you needed to. And as I navigate around looking for the Shine Sprite, you're probably going to see another 10 or 15 as well. So plenty of coins in this underground area to be collected, but I would recommend going ahead and at least getting that set of 20 that's above the ground, because if you do that, then you don't have to stay around here as long. And since your health is constantly decreasing when you're not picking up coins, if you do stay down here too long, you're going to end up dying, and of course you don't want that, because then you're going to have to redo the whole thing. So, really, the less time you spend down here, the better. But to be perfectly honest, it's not that bad, so it's not too much of an issue. There are blue coins down here as well, so we'll be coming back for those in the blue coin video or videos, depending on how it gets split up, to go pick those up. But either way, that is pretty much it for Noki Bay. It's actually a pretty easy 100 coin shine to get, to be perfectly honest, if you're doing it that way. If you did it the other way, then all you have to do is just search those little secret areas like where I got the first 20 coins, and there's a bunch of other coins hidden in the walls. And they're also kind of just around the area. You can use that mud boat and just kind of float around in that and pick up coins as you go. The last main level of the game, which is Pianta Village. This stage I would recommend choosing the first episode for, which is Chain Chomplets Unchained. Now, I did quite a bit of screwing around here at the start, but once I actually got going, I grabbed quite a bit of coins. This is all about the groups of coins rather than the singles, really, but there are still a fair amount that are hidden in boxes. If you look throughout the level, typically just on the ground floor, so to speak, not really any that are up in the taller areas will have coins, but the ones that are on the ground will typically have coins. Not all of them will, but most of them will. So make sure that you grab those, because it's really important in order to pick up these really small ones. You get it probably about, I want to say it's like high 20s, low 30s from this, because there's a big group of boxes that I'll see here in a second that I end up running off to. Of course, there's always these ones by the initial body of water that you're trying to get the Chain Chomplets into in the first episode, and every single one of these boxes is going to have a coin in it, so make sure that you pick these up as well, because that's a good 10 or so right there. That's 10% of what you need, and as you can see, some of the levels can be a little bit stingy for coins, so every coin matters. So, whenever that puts us about 18, I head over to this big area right here. There was a red coin that was hidden in one of these whenever we were doing the Fluff mission, which was episode 8. But while the stack of crates isn't as high, each one of them is still going to give you a coin. And of course, that's, in addition to not only giving Mario horrible torture by giving him what I'm sure is a massive amount of splinters up his butt, it will give him about 40 coins. So we got 38, so just from breaking boxes, that's over a third of what we need right there. So that's a pretty good amount to have. The most important thing to get, by far, and I kind of messed it up at the start here while I was looking for it, is find all of the mushrooms that have a fire on top of them. I tried to do it on that smaller one earlier to see if it was just any old mushroom, but no, it has to be the ones that have a fire on them. If you spray these with fire, and of course I picked up a couple more coins right here, so that brought us up to 40, so there's, 2/5 of what we need right there. If you spray the mushrooms that have fire on top of them, and then ground pound on the center of the mushroom, they will give you, we'll see in a second here, it's either 6 or 8 coins. Either way, it's enough to make a difference, and there are quite a few mushrooms here. I do run pretty low on water, and I went ahead and showed the trip back in order to show you guys where the water was in case you forgot. Because as you can see, since most of the area is covered with fire, part of you would be like, oh no, don't tell me that I actually can't refuel Flood. No, you can with no problems at all. But let's find out here. If I spray this and then go and ground pound it, as you can see, it will drop a ring of coins around the mushroom, and all you have to do is pick them up. So it gives you 8 per. So if you manage to find 6 of those, 6 times 8 is 48. That's half of what you need right there. So this is probably the biggest coin collecting spot right here, is just getting all of these mushrooms. So make absolutely certain that you do this part, because otherwise I'm not entirely certain you can get the 100 coins here. So that's one of the big points. If it looks like that you can't get up to a mushroom, just kind of look around for areas that you can bounce off of by doing a side jump and then just hovering to them. The giant tree that's in the center is a good start. If you can get up to a decent height there, you can easily make it. If not, just try doing a regular side flip, because usually they're actually not as tall up as you think. I ended up going to the small mushroom right here and thinking, I don't know if that's going to be enough height, but it actually was to reach the taller one. So just kind of experimenting to see how much height you can get off of that will actually usually give you enough. So there we go, another set of 8 right there. So that put me at 80, so I was about to what I needed. So the last area that I would recommend going to is the area over by where you take the big chomp to that normally has a pool full of water. As you can see right here, it's empty, but if you ground pound it, it will actually give you 13 coins, which is a very, very big deal, so make sure you pick that up. I believe, in addition, the beehive is also on this right side, or on the left side from where I am right now, and if you use Yoshi, you can do the same thing that you did in Bianco Hills in order to eat the bees, then spray the beehive and eat the rest of the bees, and each one of the bees will give you a coin. If you ground pound that Pianta's nose, he will drop the rest of the coins, and by then you should be well over the 100 coin mark. So that's pretty much it for that one. It will drop a blue coin as well, so keep that in mind. The last area that we need to go to is actually where we are right now. Delfino Plaza has a 100 coin shine as well. Now there are 2 ways to do this. One of them is you can actually go around Delfino Plaza and look for the coins the proper way, which you could do, but there's a much faster way to do this. Now, the method that I'm using, it can only be done after you've beaten the game, so you have to have beaten Bowser at this point. If you have not, you're not going to be able to do this. You're going to have to have collected at least 10 coins, which I would recommend looking through the sewers, because that's usually the easiest way to find them. And then what you're going to want to do is go over to the area by Rico Harbor. If you'll notice over here, there's a guy kind of dancing around that's got a boat, and he will take you to the Airstrip, which we have not seen for a very long time, which is why this is playing at normal speed. But he will take you back to the Airstrip where we started the game. Now, we'll be coming back here later for one of the secret shines that's in Delfino Plaza, though it's hardly much of a secret. You can clearly see the red coin switch. However, this is easily the best spot to end up getting the, wow, this looks like the game's actually lagging because I'm used to watching it in double speed. But this is a very, very, very good spot to get the 100 coins. As you can see, there's a little bit of a course here where the red coins will be, and there's just yellow coins are just scattered everywhere here, so this is a very easy place to pick up the 100 coins that you need. You don't have to come in here with any excess coins. I came in here with 7, and even after collecting 100, there was still more than enough. I ended up missing a fair amount of the coins, which was my own fault, so I actually ended up going through the course backwards a little ways until I got the required amount. But regardless of doing that, you'll still be able to easily get the 100 coins here. All you have to do is just grab the dash nozzle, and once you do that, you can pretty much just go all around the island area. Since most of it is on, since most of it's on the water, you're not ever going to lose any real water, except when you're actually on the land, but even then, you're probably not going to lose it completely. So you'll be able to keep using the dash over and over. I'm literally just holding down the R button while I'm playing this. And as you can see, even throughout my talking, this is just that little small segment. We're already up to 93 coins, so we're very, very close to hitting the total right here. I still don't do a very good job. The aiming on this is a little bit difficult, which makes the 100 coins. The red coins are a little bit tough for this, but we'll be dealing with that in another episode. The 100 coins, however, very, very, very easy to get. And once you've collected it, it will still appear here. Now, I just remembered one other thing that I need to add, but if you're only listening to the audio for this, going back to the casino Delfino, you can actually get your coins from the slot machines there. Just remember that if you get the 3 7s on the slot machine, it's going to stop the slot machine. So you have the potential to get 999 coins, but at the same time, you're not guaranteed to. So it's a little bit of a gamble, but it's a casino, go figure. So I've got to add that in the annotations. So future me will have already said that. Regardless, that now puts us up to 80 shines, so we will be taking our break here and going back to Mario Baseball. When we next come back, and I'll be showing the little results screen by hitting Z here in a second, whenever we come back, we will be doing the secret shines and the blue coin shines, and I believe that's it. This has been Pitmarthroy. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next episode, or for more Mario Superstar Baseball.